They fought their heart out, and it's great, I think, for all of football. If you're a young football player, there are no standings, there are no stats, there are no records. When the ball's snapped, you play hard and anything can happen, and that was one of those games today. But, Max Crosby, 4 sacks. Swearinger is here for 2 days. He leads our team in tackles. Trayvon Mullen, another rookie with the key interception. Really proud of Derek Carr, other than the 1 interception. Played well. We made some tragic mistakes, jumping off sides, fumbling the ball in the red zone. Could have been a different story today, but we're happy to win. I'll answer any questions I can. Well, we've been talking about the factor grade here, and if, finally someone will count the sacks and write a nice story about him. But he's been near the quarterback. He's been hitting the quarterback. He's been batting balls down from the quarterback, and today he got to the quarterback. So we're really pleased with his progress. You got to give him a lot of credit. He's a rookie from Eastern Michigan. He's gotten stronger. He's gotten better, and he's got a great future here. Well, we've been shuffling everywhere in all 3 phases. You have to close out games on defense, if you're going to win. If you're going to win, you got the lead and they got the ball, and your defense has to close. And that's something that we're getting better and better at. I think we're actually looking forward to the challenges of going out there and finishing. But we always talk about the fourth quarter pass rush. You can count sacks and stats in the first couple quarters, but when you get in a closing situation, that's when you have to really end the game. And I credit Gunther, the defense, and all the players. It was a heck of an effort. Yeah, that's what we said. We came off one of the most incredible road trips ever in the history of the NFL. And we played not only on the road, we played in foreign countries and across the world, it seemed like, every week. And we came back and we did what we had to do if we wanted to try to get in this thing. We still have a long way to go. We're building our team. I'm going to keep emphasizing that. We're not a finished product by any stretch, but we're competing hard, and we're finding ways to win, and our fans are superb. They really help us out. That's why I coach football. I love people that love football, and they love it more than anybody. So people can make fun of me and say whatever they want. When we win, I'm going down there. And when we lose, usually I stick around the parking lot and hang out with the guys and try to get them ready for the next home game. But I like to share my joy with some joyous Raider fans as much as possible. No. We are going to fight and scratch to win every single game that we can possibly win. So, I know the Bengals are 0-9. It's an easy story to write, but you don't look ahead in this league. You just don't do it. There's a lot of upsets every week. It just says that, we're getting better. We're able to find ways to win. There's an old saying around here, just win, baby. And, we've fought our hearts out to put ourselves in a 6-4 position. That doesn't mean anything. We got a lot of respect for the Jets and a lot of work to do. Yeah, I can say I've been fortunate to be at some great places, great traditional places like Notre Dame. I grew up South Bend. I got a chance to coach for the Philadelphia Eagles, the Green Bay Packers, the 49ers. They all have great fans. But there's something about these people they're nuts. They're the closest thing to me that I've ever seen. So we have that in common. Takes a lot of effort. I remember when we made the trade for Zay Jones, we were going on our bye week. We had 3 coaches in here every day teaching Zay Jones how to be the Z. Same with Trevor Davis. And these guys walk in, don't play, they start and play significant roles. We did the same thing with Swearinger. We did the same thing with Deion Jordan. We did the same thing with Will Compton. We're going to do the same thing whenever we have to. That's a sign, I think, of a high-effort coaching staff and a group of guys that are willing to give anybody a chance if they deserve it.
Jon, have you ever seen a draft class in all years in the NFL be this productive, this meaningful?
Not really. I'll be honest, we got a good first-round draft choice. Nobody's really met yet. I think he could be a difference maker, but no, I really haven't. The poise and the production and the professionalism that they play with and come to work with is something that everybody would be impressed with. Yeah, I sure was. But, I felt we could pin them deeper than we did, honestly, and they have no timeouts. And we felt our pass rush in a predictable situation would make it hard on the young quarterback to go 80 yards. But, yeah, I certainly did think about it. No disrespect to Carlson, but I played it a little conservative, if you want to say it. But I really trusted our defense. I didn't want to potentially give them the ball near midfield. Oh, when he gets open, he should thank Frank Smith, the tight end coach, like that. But no, he's a really good blocker, and he's a more than capable receiver. I think you're going to see more and more from Moreau down the stretch here as a receiver. He's a guy that can do a lot of things.
You have an identity now. You think it's just basically a team that's just going to fight every week, and it's never going to be easy. And it seems like every week has been like that.
I don't know that it's easy for anybody in this league anymore. I mean, when you really look around, I mean, who's doing it easy? I don't know anybody. We're going to scratch and fight. Like I said last week, you might beat us, but we're going to be there. We're going to go 15 rounds with you. We're not going to quit, and that's something I'm really proud of.
Let's do two more. You mentioned Trayvon. You see him come along last week?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons we made a tough trade during the season to free up an opportunity for him to play, and potentially we hope to see more from Isaiah Johnson, another young corner. But I can't say enough about the job our defense did. Nevin Lawson stepping in for LaMarcus Joyner, who's a great player. Swearinger stepping in for Carl. Will Compton stepping in, and many other guys. All right? Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
It's all Heather. It's all Heather.
So much has been written and said about your defense here for the last 3 games. They've made the plays to secure the win. What do you guys as a team now that they are making those plays?
You know, I think my favorite thing about our team is our Madden ratings are really low, but we're pretty good at football. You know what I mean? We got good coaches. We got good guys that compete their tails off. You know, we got guys that work extremely hard. And we believe in our coaches, and we believe in our system. We believe in each other. And to see our defense, you know, win us another game is huge. If they can hold people to 10 points in this league, you know, hopefully more times than not we can win the football game.
Morrow just mentioned that he knew that that was going to be a touchdown, and he said the moment it left your lips. Did you know it till that moment? And if so, then why would that be? Why would you know it before you knew it got in your life?
Foster can see better into the future than I can. You know, I definitely knew there was a chance. You know, but with him being that confident, that fires me up. You know, I have reads to go through first, but I'm glad Foster was confident, and I'm glad the ball found him. You know, he's a great player, and he's super young and under contract for a while, so that's good. There's certain coverages that they play where we could dial up certain routes, different things that you can dial up against them than other teams. Again, I'm never into fantasy stats or my stats or anything like that. I'm into doing exactly what Coach Gruden wants me to do at a high level. And I didn't do that well enough today. You know, we could add more. You know, honestly, that's how I feel. I left the game, and you know, I get our stat book, and I looked at it, and I was like, I mean, they look pretty, but I could have played better. You know, I'm hard on myself. I think that's the standard Coach Gruden has put on me. And Ole and Johnny Moe is, you know, we expect perfection, you know. And, you know, I feel like I left a couple plays out there. I mean, yeah, there are some things without breaking down the whole game plan and their defense. We saw some things, but they also did a really good job as a defense of changing up their calls. They felt like a different coverage or a different front or a different stunt or a different – they tried to mix it up on us. They tried to confuse us all game, to be honest with you. And our coaches were really good throughout the week of preparing us for certain things that they might try. But you always turn the film on and you try and dial things up against certain looks, for sure.
You had a pretty good stat line and kind of shrugged at it, and Josh had a pretty good stat line and kind of shrugged at it. What does that say? You guys still win even though
Yeah.
he's terribly happy with it.
Yeah, they were super competitive. You know, if I was into stats, you know, I'd be happy. You know, a lot of the times, right? Oh man, we did that on offense. We were able to run the ball like that. We were able to throw the ball. Like I couldn't care less, to be honest with you, about stats. You know, the thing that I care about is what I said earlier: is the plan that Coach Gruden gives me, the things that he lays out for me, him and the offensive staff. I need to accomplish all of those things for me to feel like I did my job. You know, and sometimes if there's, you know, 60 plays in a thing, if 58 of them are good but 2 are not, it still bugs me, you know, because I felt like, oh, man, I'm better than that. I could have done A, B, or C. You know what I mean, Scott? You know, and so without saying too much, I just always, you know, and Josh is the same way. Like, he never wants to put the ball on the ground, right? I threw an interception. He fumbled, you know. Like, if Coach is going to put the ball in, you know, our hands every single play, one of us, you know, then we need to be better.
Derek, you've been on some weird journeys with this team in the past. How does this
To say the least.
to say the least, how does this compare? You know, Coach Gruden talks about your around the world trip for 6 weeks, and then you come back here where the emotions are running so high every time you're on the field, and then 3 in a row. I mean, this is a little interesting way to say goodbye to Oakland. Huh?
Yeah, it's been fun, to be honest with you. We don't have many games here left at this stadium that are promised, right? You know, we have a lot of work to do before we could hope for anything else. And right now, you know, I've learned in my 6 years, which is a long time, you know, at one place. In my 6 years, there's been a lot of things that have happened. I've seen a lot of different coaching styles. I've seen a lot of different players. I've seen a lot of different moods. I've seen a lot of different characteristics. I've seen a lot of things. And the thing I can say about this team is the people that were brought in by Mr. Mayock and Coach Gruden love football. They love each other, and they work extremely hard. And I will take that over, the most talented guys any day of the week. I think that that's what this year has taught me, is the closer a team can be, the higher level of execution on the details that a team can have, that is what wins in this league. And that's why you see week in and week out, man, how did that team beat that team? Or how did the execution in the details, even a step here or a step there, there's so much that goes into it rather than just incompletion. Oh, my gosh, what's wrong? There's so much that I've seen with this team. It's been really fun because everybody, there's not just a handful of guys. It's literally everybody cares so deeply about the details of their job. And they're trying to do it not to get the fame for themselves, but they're doing it because they don't want to let the one next down to them. And I think that that's a special thing that you don't always have, in this league. Yeah. I was working on my step back, I guess, and I had a couple guys say to me, I guess, I've been telling them that I can play basketball. I've been telling them. And so now they believe in the step back at least. But jumping in there, honestly, I just saw the goal line, and I still haven't seen a replay. I haven't seen much of it. I just know in the moment, they did a good job of covering the play. And Coach always talks about extending the play. So honestly, I was trying to get out of the pocket to extend the play, hopefully to get someone open. But they did a good job on defense, and I saw a lane. I just tried to – all I got to do is get the ball across. That's it. That's all we got to do. So I was able to jump over and do that, and it felt good.
Two more guys. You had a lot of guys come off the street pretty much and step right in and play. Swearinger, Jordan this week. Swearinger mentioned that really for the first time he felt he was welcome to a team right when he arrived.
Wow, yeah.
You guys had a team meeting and everyone introduced. Is that something that you also kind of take part in? And what about this coaching staff is different when it comes to bringing in rookies and new guys and
Yeah.
making it feel like a team?
Without giving too many of Coach's secrets away, he does a really good job of making everybody feel important. You know what I mean? Whether you're brought in like DJ was on the free agency, whether you're a first-round pick, whether you're an undrafted free agent, he does a fantastic job of making everyone in that locker room feel special, like they have a place. You know what I mean? And it really reminds me of what family should look like, right? It's not always going to be perfect, but if everyone feels respected and wanted, then when Coach yells at us or gets on us, it's like we don't take it some kind of way like, oh, why is he on my case, or why is he on my head for? It's when he gets on us, it's like, man, we let him down. It's a different feeling than I've ever been around. And without giving his secrets away, he just does a good job of making everyone feel loved. To be honest. So I'm glad DJ said that, and I do. It means a lot to me to make sure when we get new guys, they feel like a part of it. Like, I don't want them to feel like they got to earn something. No, man, you're a Raider. Man, you're on our team. We love you, right? And I'm glad DJ said that because that's something that we've tried to emphasize here.
What do you think today in all-season from Max Crosby?
Oh, man, Mad Max. He's still a rookie, so nothing good. You know what I mean? He's still got a lot to prove, but I think that people are starting to see the talent that he does have. I think they're starting to see how good our head coach and GM are at finding talent. And I think that Raider Nation should be excited that those two men are leading the charge. That we can find a guy like Mad Max, and he can come out here and have a 4-sack day. I haven't been around that many sacks by one guy, I think, since Khalil had 5, right, in Denver. And, when Max can go out there and dominate a game like that, when Klee can have the game that he had last week, when Benson can get those sacks, it just changes the way you play quarterback. It's tough, when the pocket's collapsing and things like that. So, I'm glad that he's not chasing after me. That's for sure.
Derek, you mentioned you're in a pursuit of perfection, and you always have those little things that nag at you. How do you balance that with embracing this team's ability to kind of grind out these wins at the end of what they have to do?
Oh yeah. You always demand perfection. You always demand excellence, right? We're commitment to excellence, right? We're committed to making sure we're excellent on every play. But just like any coach will ever tell you, after that play, touchdown or intercept, who cares? Next play, because this league always comes down, as we've seen, it always comes down in the fourth quarter. 90% of the time, it's going to come down to a drive at the end. Someone's got to make a stop or someone's got to score the ball, right? And if you're too worried about the play before, you're too worried about those things, then you're wrong. But after the game, making sure you don't make the same mistakes again, you have to be hard on yourself. Coach Gruden, I promise you this, I know what's going to happen tomorrow when we come in. He's going to say, hey, good job, love you, man, but what happened on those 4 incompletions? I already know. Let's figure out why those were incomplete. That's what we do. And when you miss it, I told him, I was like, sometimes I'll go out there and whatever that percentage that is, you complete that percentage, but you feel terrible because I'm like, man, I messed up that one play, or I'm sorry. Like you feel like you let him down. But that's the level that he expects, and he doesn't let you be comfortable, and I love that.
Last one, Jim. Easy to look at this portion of the schedule from the outside to see 3 home games after that long road trip and say, hey, it's a chance to take advantage. The fact that you guys did take advantage, get all 3 of these wins, what does that say about the team? How important was that to actually take advantage of good fortune on the schedule?
Yeah, when we were on that 11-month road trip across the globe. Thank you for that. I thought it was funny, at least. When we were on that trip, I think we talked leading into who was the first team we played? The Lions. The Lions at home, right? Leading up to that week, I was like, man, now we have set ourselves up to have a home stand at home with games that matter. November is the games they remember, right? That's every coach has said that I've ever been around, right? And we asked our fans to be loud for us. They were loud for us. We demanded that we won every one of those games here at home, and we protected this place because this is a special place. And we did that. Now we have to go on the road again. But when we get back home, hopefully, there's still some things that we need to be playing for. And I hope that our fans are excited when we come back, but I hope they also make a couple of trips with us and turn some of those stadiums into silver and black.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.